Hey everyone, welcome back to another video by jmadden184, and to all my new subscribers, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about my 29-gallon BioCube. It's a little bit different. You're all used to seeing the 60-gallon, but I figured it's finally time to show you the mystery 29-gallon BioCube that I'm constantly referring to in posts and comments on videos and channels, because people are asking me, where's this mystery 29-gallon BioCube, jmadden184, that you speak of? You know, is it a myth? Is it a legend? Well, it's not a myth or a legend. It's pretty much the most basic, low-tech tank that you can have. This thing cost me about $290 about 2 years ago. I picked it up, and I'm not 100% pleased with it. I like the simplicity of it, but it's almost a little too simple, I think. The technology that is used in it was probably good for its time, because this is an older style tank. The back isn't anywhere near as high tech as, say, the Red C-Max BioCubes. There's no built-in filtration. When you purchase this tank, it just comes with some pretty much bio balls, a sponge, and 2 return pumps that are for your return here on the right side of the tank, and that's it. So what I did was, after a lot of research, I went out and I found a skimmer that worked for this tank. There's a really low clearance between the surface of the water and the surface of the tank due to the way the lighting and all the electronics for the lighting are mounted inside here. So I had to have a skimmer that would operate really deep in the water, and the Hydor Slim Skim Nano was the one that I chose, and it works really, really well. This tank's primary purpose is used to house some random corals, as you can see, and mostly for an observation tank for new fish additions. And if a fish or something isn't doing too well in the tank or is sick, I place it in here. And that's kind of what you see here. You see the fish here, the small baby maroon clown. Sorry for that noise. Motorcycle. As you can see, the maroon clown had to go in here, as I was referring to in my video on the 60, on the update on week 14, because the perks took over the anemones that it was living in. So he's in here, he's happy, he's healthy. Probably wishing he had an anemone, but clownfish don't need an anemone to survive. And I really don't plan on putting an anemone in here. So chances are this fish is going to be going to a new home in the future. Not sure when, but I'm sure it'll happen. Some of the corals in here may look a little bit familiar to you. On the left side there, sticking to the side of the glass and into the rockwork, that's the green star polyps that were the centerpiece of the 60-gallon before the girlfriend and I went ahead and rebuilt the tank and re-aquascaped it. I didn't really see a suitable position for this in the 60-gallon. After doing that, that would kind of work with the aquascape and the kind of the theme I was going for in there. So it went in here, and it's doing well. The colors aren't nearly as vivid as the 60-gallon, which is understandable, because this just has some compact fluorescence and 8 lunar LEDs in it, so the lighting isn't that intense, so you're not going to get that really good fluorescent green like you see in my 60. You also got some more green star polyps there on the bottom. They're doing really well, growing. I mean, they go all the way to the back, all the way to the front of the glass there. In the center, you see some of the Redactus ones, the orange and blue ones, which are also in the 60. You know, these ones came over here because they were floating, free flow, and attached them to a rock, and now they're multiplying and splitting, so that's a plus. Also on the top, that coral looks a little bit familiar, I'm sure. Those are my Palithoa grandis. I removed the whole rock from the 60-gallon tank. You may have noticed it missing from it in the last update, because this rock just had a ridiculous amount of aptasia on it, and they were large. And the larger ones are the ones that reproduce by releasing small baby aptasia into the water column, and as you know, the 60-gallon has enough aptasia in it, so I moved the rock over here, and the Palithoa grandis are doing really good. Also in here, there's a couple of random red mushrooms here and there, some zoes here and there that are growing pretty well. Like I said, this tank doesn't get nearly as much attention as the 60 gallon. I do a water change on it every once in a while. I just top it off with some RO now and then. The nutrients in this tank are pretty high, in my opinion, as far as phosphates. As you can see, the back of the tank, is supposed to be black, but there's a lot of green going on. It's a lot of people don't like the hair algae. For me, I feel it works in this tank. I kind of like it. I don't have a lot of cleanup crew in here. I probably have a dozen hermit crabs, and there's only a few very small snails. So I'm pretty sure if I just chucked like a large turbo in here, all this algae would be gone. But I kind of like it. And this tank being mostly soft corals, mushrooms, and the like, they like higher nutrients, so I don't have any desire to try and make this a nutrient starved system such as the 60-gallon tank is starting to gear towards. I want to keep this video really short, so I'm not going to continue to ramble on about it. That's pretty much it for the 29-gallon. Nothing too fancy, low tech, keeping it simple, and it works for what it's used for. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy your tanks, guys, and happy reefing. Take care.